everybody's favorite band to make you want to shake your booty, and they are Full Bliss. And you play what?
My name is Sean, and I play guitar and a little bit of keyboard.
I'm Ernie. I play keys and a little bit of bass.
What is Full Bliss?
Full Bliss is a release of positivity, emotion, and music.
Same question. Ditto.
When did Full Bliss start?
Full Bliss started. That's a good question. I want to say maybe last winter, right?
Yeah.
Because our first show was in March.
Yep. First show was in March.
Yeah.
Was Full Bliss used to be Secret Photos?
Well, kinda.
Pa-
So Secret Photos, we were a trio. Sean, Ernie, Mark, and then Mark. We'll just say he wasn't as available as we wanted him to be. So I had a bunch of songs written. So I just decided, rather than put the pressure on him to learn songs, I just decided to break away and just start Full Bliss with Ernie.
When people ask you, what does Full Bliss sound like? What do you say?
I just had somebody. I was loading my amps in my trunk to come here, and my neighbor was like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's an amp."
Rock band?
Yeah, I'm in a band. He's like, "What do you guys sound like?" So
Slayer?
I usually say Slayer, with
Megadeth?
Megadeth with a lot of
The Beatles?
sex, and some Beatles. But usually I just say
Come
We're
to
like-
our show and find out.
exactly. We're like electronic, rock, pop kind of thing.
You're like New Order with the guitar.
Exactly.
But if you can go on tour with one local band, who would you bring on tour?
Holy moly. I gotta go with my boys. Man dancing.
Good answer.
I was just gonna say man dancing.
Yeah. They're
They
they're
just did a little tour, I think,
Yeah.
with Sistine.
Absolutely.
That's a great band.
Yeah.
But if you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would you eat?
I would say chicken salad with dried cranberries in there.
Wow. That's specific.
Very.
I was gonna go generic, like pizza or pasta or something.
What kind of pasta though?
Rigatoni.
What kind of gravy?
Possibly a meat sauce.
Maybe a bolognese, right?
You call it gravy?
Well,
Sauce.
once you add meat to it, then it becomes gravy. But if you don't add meat, then it remains
Oh,
tomato
then
sauce.
now I got the next question. Pork roll or Taylor ham?
Ooh.
I might have to
just
walk
had a
out on
great
this.
Pork sausage sandwich called the Mystic Pig.
That sounds good.
I might say Taylor ham, and immediately after that, it's just Taylor ham, egg and cheese. It just flows off my tongue.
Oof. I'm gonna stay silent. But
You're a
yeah,
pork roll guy.
no, it's a,
It's complicated.
it's yeah. I'm gonna just. It's like the thing when you go on someone's Facebook and it says it's complicated
Yes.
instead of relationship status. Yes, exactly.
I respect it, man.
But favorite cereal?
To stay nostalgic, cinnamon toast crunch.
I just recently had Apple Jacks, and it brought me back. So I'll go Apple Jacks.
Commercial with the little Apple Jacks guy with the dreads, and he has like the accent.
It was very,
That's a throwback.
yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever had Apple Jacks.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I just
Oh,
had it
great.
recently.
Is it
I
a
was-
green box?
Yeah,
It is a green
it's
box.
a green box. They're like orange and I think green.
Yeah.
And they have like little dots all over them.
Yeah.
Kind of like Cheerios, but better.
Yeah.
But
So they're like
yeah, they're little round things.
nothing in the middle.
Nothing in the middle. O's.
I'm gonna have to try 'em.
All right. If you could trade places with one famous musician, who would you trade places with?
My boy Eddie Vedder. That's my
Hmm.
man. That's my inspiration. That dude lives the life.
Eddie Vedder's going on tour with Soundgarden. No, he's
Oh,
from.
for Temple the Dog.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're going on a tour.
Yeah, that's
They were giving
crazy,
away
man.
tickets on the radio the other day, and I'm like,
God.
that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you got?
Jeez, I don't know.
Neil
I'm
Peart?
gonna go old school and say I'm a drummer, really. So John Bonham.
Holy.
That's a good
moly.
one.
And you'll
I
bring
would
that.
love to
You
see.
bring that set that you just got.
Yeah, just got a Vista Light.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Best slice of pizza you've ever had.
It's fresh in my mind. I work in South Orange. There's a place called Village Trattoria. The buffalo chicken slice. Mamma mia.
I just had the worst buffalo chicken slice.
Really? Where'd you have it?
I'm not gonna name any names. Yeah.
Yikes.
If we're at the Scarlet Pub, you'll know where. You know where that. It was like it didn't even taste. It wasn't even crunchy. Like I like a crunchy slice, and
You don't want
it
the
wasn't
big
even
fish.
buffalo. Like it didn't even taste spicy at all.
Yep. Yeah. What about you?
There's a place where I live called TJ's.
Yes.
And they make a good bacon chicken ranch.
Anything with bacon on it's amazing.
That's very good.
Yeah.
I'll go with that for now, cause
Is it chicken bacon ranch or just bacon ranch?
chicken. What did I say?
I think it's chicken.
Chicken bacon ranch. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
I've had it.
a lot of bands stumble on this question, but 7-Eleven or Wawa?
All right. Here's my deal. The only reason why I would say 7-Eleven is because I didn't grow up around Wawas, but I've been in Wawas and there's way more choices. 7-Elevens don't make sandwiches, so Wawa, hands down, I gotta do it. Wawa sandwiches.
Surprised 7-Eleven didn't have a deli.
I
Like
know.
they didn't start like.
Quick Check has.
'Cause
Quick Check
7-Eleven
has
was-
killer delis now.
I think 7-Eleven was before Wawa. I'm pretty sure.
That I don't know, but
I don't know that either, but
Yeah.
I think it is. I've seen 7-Eleven more when I was younger, so I don't know. Maybe because there was like one Wawa in New Jersey, and then they started coming here.
Yeah,
So.
I feel like the souther you go,
But now
more
they're coming.
Wawas.
Now they're coming towards us.
I'm ready for it, man.
Oh yeah.
Wawa sandwiches are,
Take over 7-Eleven.
yeah. I'd be okay
I'm
with
gonna
that.
have to go with 7-Eleven also because that's where I grew up.
Yep.
There were no Wawas around.
Home of the Slurpee.
Yeah, Wawas were always South Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Vacation at the shore.
Yep.
Wawa.
There was one in LBI, like right down the street from my beach house, and I remember going there all the time.
7-Eleven, so. Although Quick Check is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I grew up near a Quick Check, so.
making, I think they're better now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're
They
like-
have
And that's
deli
a
too.
that's another thing. Who has the better sub, Quick Check or Wawa? And,
I never had a Wawa sub, so
oh.
I'll go Quick Check. 'Cause I had a Quick Check. So.
I don't feel like it's not even fair for me to comment because I haven't eaten Wawa in so long. So I'm just gonna say it's a tie.
I think 7-Eleven or Wawa is just gonna call me out one day for all these interviews.
Or
Just
maybe
gonna-
they'll sponsor you.
I
You never
if they
know.
sponsored me, that would be cool. I know
Amazing.
bands get sponsored by Taco Bell. My friend's band's on tour and they got a $500 gift card every time they go out on tour.
Really?
And one guy was having a bad day. He posted on Facebook, "No more tacos for today. I'm having a bad day." But it's $500.
That's incredible.
It's called Feed the Beat.
Yeah.
And I think if your tour like an X amount of times, you can get it sponsored by it.
Wow.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. I know the band from New Brunswick, Romp, they're on it. Feed the Beat.
Huh.
That's cool.
But yeah, if you could eat one food right now, what would you eat? Everything's always about food.
That's Hansel and Gretel right over there,
Yeah,
right?
that's where I'm going to take
Oh,
it.
Yep.
Pretty
Sweet
soon.
heavens. I don't even know if they have it. I know they have tater tots, but I don't know if they could just cover it with bacon and cheese. But that's what I want.
I
And
feel like that's unhealthy for that place.
yes, I want to squirt ranch dressing on one side.
I got
and
like
ketchup on
bacon
the other.
chips one time, and they were really good.
Over
They
there.
were like not there, but it was like a food truck once. But it just made me think of that bacon chips. They were like, oh my god, amazing.
Yeah, I might have to go over there.
That's
Actually,
actually
after
where I'm
this.
going after this interview.
Holy
I'm going to get
moly.
tater tots and
We could get some sandwich.
Yeah,
Right?
something to go.
Some kind of wrap.
Maybe
or
a wrap.
something.
Last time I was there, I had a chicken,
Yeah.
chicken something wrap. Delicious.
Make sure there's blue cheese on
Mhm.
that.
First album you've ever purchased.
I want to say,
Date myself.
I think I know yours, but see, I immediately go to CDs, even though I've
Oh.
purchased cassette tapes before then.
Whatever it is. Cassette, CD, vinyl, digital.
I feel like it might have been my brother, but I'm gonna say it was me. We'll just say it was a collective purchase. Fat Boys, and I believe the album may have been called Fat Boys too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Oh
old hip hop.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Fat Boys are back.
Are they?
No, that's a song.
Oh.
Remember? Fat Boys are back. That was one of the
Oh
songs
my
on that
goodness.
record.
Do you remember the movie that they came out with?
I did.
It was called-
Orange Crush.
It was called Disorderlies.
Oh, that's
Disorderlies.
You're right. I
Yep.
jumped the gun on that.
What was your
So I'm gonna date myself. My very first album was Van Halen, Fair Warning.
That's a good one. Just had a question in my head, but I lost it. Darn. You said. Okay. Favorite album of all time.
Ugh, God.
I have this question on top of my head every time I think of it.
God.
There's too many to list.
There are too many to list. Holy moly.
Because there's so many that
Yeah.
change your life like different times.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Exactly. And then you listen to it like 20 years later, and you're like, "Whoa!" Scared the shit out of me.
I can't even answer that.
I'm not gonna say it's my favorite album of all time, but my
It's
favorite
top
album,
5.
favorite album right now.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you this. It's Currents by Tame Impala. Check that out. That came out, I believe, in 2015. But yeah, can go on
I
and on
honestly
and on.
can't answer that question. I have so many that changed my
Yeah.
world.
I mean, my favorite band is Pearl Jam, so if you're gonna go
That's a
top
good one.
5, I would say maybe Pearl Jam, either Vitalogy or Yield, or Versus.
Worst concert experience.
Thankfully, I haven't really had too many. You got any?
I do have one that I was very disappointed in, and it was Joan of Arc at Maxwell's.
They were all just banged up, right?
Banged up. He was yelling at the crowd. He
Yeah.
was so drunk.
I don't know if it was the same show, but my friends told me they saw Joan of Arc. No offense to Joan of Arc.
No, I love him.
You guys are amazing musicians, but they
That
were
show was
so
pretty bad.
messed up that the one guitar player came over to the other guitar player and just turned off his amp. He was like,
I saw something like that happen.
Yeah.
I would say maybe worst concert experience was Pinback, and it wasn't their fault. It was the sound
Okay.
at Highline Ballroom. So the house
Yeah.
just kept cutting in and out, in and out, in and out, and eventually people were getting all rowdy and booing, and
Yeah.
but I would say that was the probably the worst that I could think of.
Best concert experience? Right now, today?
Yes, exactly. Realms, Matt Cook. I mean, what else can you ask for?
Mm-hmm.
Best concert experience besides tonight?
Or besides every full Bliss show?
Exactly. Just to stick with the Pearl Jam theme, I'm gonna say it was the first time I ever saw Pearl Jam. We drove 4 hours, which I thought was gonna be an hour and a half. We went to Penn State. They have different campuses, so I thought we were going to one campus. Turns out it was one that was way farther away. So it took us about 4 hours to get there. We walk in. As soon as we get in, they start. It turned out to be the longest Pearl Jam show ever at that time.
Wow, that's cool.
So
That was like
look it up. It's called State College.
that was like Bruce. He just did like got like the longest concert ever. I think he played for 3 hours or something, something like that.
Was he in this area?
He was at I think MetLife Stadium, and it was
Okay.
like he did the record for the longest show, like for in his career. I think it was like 3.5 hours long or
Yeah,
something.
he definitely.
I would
played
sit there for 3 hours to see Bruce play.
Sure, why not? Absolutely.
The amount of money I paid for the Bruce ticket, yeah,
Hell yeah.
I'll sit there for 3 hours, not a half hour,
I
whatever.
mean, even if you're not even into Bruce,
No.
you know, you gotta respect him. I mean,
Mhm.
my goodness, he just puts on such a spectacular
Oh yeah.
show. What do you got?
Best concert? I think there's some. One that I just think of right away is, and I'm gonna date myself again, but one that changed my world was "Built to Spill."
Oh, they're.
Keep it like a keep it like a secret record album tour.
I think they're.
Irving Plaza.
Built to Spill's actually playing a Stone Pony coming up. I saw that on their list of shows.
I saw them like that blew my mind watching them.
Where was that?
Irving Plaza.
Still have yet to check them out. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I've heard like.
I just saw them at Bowery
Okay.
probably last year at this
Mhm.
point.
Cause I've.
It's not the original band,
Okay.
Oh.
But
they're
I've heard.
still good.
I could check out the old stuff. It's still the
Yeah.
original band on record. So.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about them.
Yeah.
So I'll check them out.
Amazing.
What was the most band you've ever seen live?
You mean like?
I've seen a band 25 times.
Holy
jeez.
moly.
I'm nowhere near that.
Oh,
Every time they come to Jersey, I go see them. They're from Jersey anyway, but
Who are they?
they're a band called Census Failed.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely heard of them.
25 times.
I was like 11 and my brother showed me them, and ever since that he's like, I'm hanging out with this band. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then I was doing my own research on music, and then I was like, I really like this band. They're cool. My brother showed me them, and then ever since I'm going to see them on my birthday. They're playing with Sum 41. They're on tour together.
Wow.
So
Oh my God.
I got to see that, and I think Sum 41 is the original lineup too.
Jesus.
And they're doing a solo set before the show. Sum
Really?
41. That's gonna be crazy.
Where is this at?
The solo set's gonna be at Vintage Vinyl, and then the other show's gonna be at Starland.
Vintage vinyl.
It's a throwback.
Got doing pull-ups over here.
Jeez.
If I had to think, it would,
Pearl Jam?
if you're going mainstream, I guess Pearl Jam. But
It could be
I-
anything.
yeah, I came up in when I was a teenager. I was into a lot of hardcore music
All right.
in the late '90s, and I feel like there's a cluster of bands that I've seen probably more than I've seen any other band.
Nice.
That's what I would say for sure. It was you know, it's a nice community of
Yeah.
friends.
I'm big into hardcore, so
Everyone's supported each other.
like a friend of mine, his band Sunny Gang, they're actually opening up. I think it's next weekend. They're opening up for Agnostic Front at the Long Branch. What's the
Brighton Bar.
Brighton Bar? Yeah.
Wow.
So that's gonna be a lot of
mayhem
fun.
over there, Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Did you
gonna
ever
get
see
wild.
Agnostic Front before?
No, I've seen Madball, but that's one of the bands I want to put on my bucket list because I still have yet to see them.
Dude.
That's one of the bands I grew up listening to, so I
Yeah.
gotta actually see them. I have like a music
Madball.
bucket list of like bands that I want to see, and one of them's Pearl Jam.
Wow. Yeah, you should definitely try and see
I
them.
want to see another band that a lot of people are like, you like them? It's oh, what the heck is their name? What's the band that sings Landslide? Fleetwood Mac.
Oh yeah.
They're on my list.
Yeah.
I want to see them play, and I want to see it at like Madison Square Garden or something ridiculous like that.
You better hope that they tour again, man.
Oh yeah, they just toured like, I guess 2 years ago maybe.
Okay.
So, but she does solo stuff too a lot.
Sure.
Mhm.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Do you have rumors? That's like the Fleetwood Mac album to get. So check it out.
I'll check it out.
I'm nowhere near 25. I'm like, I think the most band I saw consistently was like probably 4 times.
What do you got?
Archers of Loaf.
Ooh, baby.
They were one of my favorite bands back in the '90s. I think I saw them 4 times. That's probably the most I seen a single band, which is really not that.
I think
gotta
I've
be some-
It's
I've
not that impressive.
It's got to be somebody else.
I think I've seen Realms more than 4 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've seen local bands more than four
Yeah.
times. You know?
Like you guys were saying, Man Dancing. I saw that band like 4 or 5 times, and the singer did a solo set here.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So it's not that impressive. You might want to edit that from the interview.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. But
Awesome.
how can I find you guys online?
Facebook, just look up Full Bliss. Instagram.
With that s at the end.
Well, with only 2 S's with Bliss. You can check us out on Instagram and fullbliss.bandcamp.com. You can check out our demo. We're working on 10 song
I had it.
full length,
I'm trying to find your card, but I can't.
and
I had it on me. I don't know where it went.
A
I think
card?
It's in my bag.
I got some. I got one somewhere.
I was gonna show the camera.
Here
Yeah.
we go. See that right
Is it?
there? Guess what? It's double-sided too. Can you get that? It's getting a little fuzzy, but you catch the drift. So
You s-
fullbliss.bandcamp.com. That's where you can hear our music. Working on full length, 10 songs. Hopefully before winter or by winter. We'll see.
All right.
Taking our time with it. Sure. Absolutely.
By winter.
Cool. Is there any special guests on the album?
No, just the
Nope.
2 of us. A lot of love, a lot of positive energy.
Eddie
Good
Vedder?
work. Eddie Vedder? Oh my
Oh man.
god. Can you imagine?
Young ones.
Ugh. On Young Ones? Oh man. The ending?
Yeah.
Be like,
Maybe
as
Sunday.
soon as they came,
Singing
they
it on
were
Sunday.
gone. You don't even know why they had to run. God, it's so amazing.
You guys should do a dance version of a Pearl Jam song.
I have
So,
to.
like, do your side of it.
Sure.
You never know. Sometimes they'll like it. Someone said one of the bands, Dave Mooney. Do you know who that is?
No, who's
He's
that?
one of the bands from around here, and
Okay.
they had a show, and it was a cover show, and one of the bands there was Billy Joel. They did a Billy Joel set,
Really?
and somebody, like, I was at the show, and someone's like, I tagged Billy Joel on Instagram, and the guitar player liked it.
No way.
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
Do you remember what song it was?
I don't remember what it was, but like they were they like took a picture or what, or it was the flyer for the show, because it was Billy Joel, Circle Survive. The other one was Rise Against, and then there was another one that I can't remember. But that was a great show, and they sounded like them. They were cool. They did Piano Man. Oh my God! And they did Whoa, whoa. The longest.
time.
It's like that. I think that's the best Billy Joel song. If Billy Joel stuck with that format, he would be awesome.
And that song kind of stands out compared
Yeah,
to
'cause it's
his
like
other stuff.
Kind of
yeah.
like doo-woppy a little bit, and it's
Absolutely.
like Billy Joel needs to. He should have did like a little, like 4 or 5 song album off of that.
That would be awesome.
That would have
like,
been
like
great.
a Billy Joel EP,
Yeah.
all just like all acapella. That'd be awesome, man.
I don't know. Like that, like many years ago, like these bands that are like huge now, they write an album, they're in the studio, and they're like, we're just gonna write this album, we're gonna name it, put some tracks on it, and they don't realize that they're gonna blow up, and they're just like the biggest band in the world, like Deftones, writing
Sure.
albums. They're just like, yeah, we're in the studio, we're writing an album, whatever. We wrote like how many songs on the album? Like 10, I guess. They wrote 10 songs. They're like, yeah, we're gonna tour. Then they don't realize like that they blew up off of like just one song or whatever.
Yeah.
Like my brother's friends in a band with the guy from the Jonas Brothers, and I hear their song "Cake by the Ocean" on the radio like nonstop. Even everywhere it's everywhere.
Oh.
The kids are singing it at
Absolutely.
school. They're
You know
it's
that song.
everywhere. "Cake
Yeah, yeah,
by
I know,
the
yeah,
Ocean."
yeah.
Hmm.
I actually.
They're getting paid so much money just for
I
that
was
song.
in New York with my girlfriend,
Hmm.
and we're eating, and this song comes on, and she's like, you know what? That sounds like one of the Jonas Brothers, and it was.
It was Joe.
That same band,
Hmm.
and it was called, I think, Toothbrush. And
Yeah.
Toothbrush is a new
that
one.
song's
Toothbrush.
awesome,
That's
yeah,
off
yeah.
the album too. Or one of
Yeah.
them is You Can Pay My Rent or something. They have a
Oh,
4-song EP. I'm like, I
that's
like
it.
them. Yeah,
Wow,
but
I
it's
didn't know
with
that.
it's Joe Jonas, the girl that used to be in. She's with another Disney
Oh, so
star.
it's like a super group.
Yeah, and then the drummer's from. He's the actual Jonas drummer, so that's why
Really?
they like made like a little super group out of it.
I think it's DNCE.
Yeah, DNCE. I think it's called dance, but I think it's just DNCE
Yeah, exactly.
because I
Exactly.
guess
Yep.
maybe the word dance is taken.
Yep.
But the drummer, he used to live in Jersey, and his Facebook says lives in L.A.
Wow.
So they're touring all over the world just off like one song.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, and that's what my girlfriend says. She's like, you know what? It's all about promotion sometimes. If you get the right exposure, that's all it takes.
Yeah, like a friend of mine was playing drums. He did a drum cover for this guy, Jake Miller,
Okay.
and just off that video, Jake Miller found it, and now he's on tour with him, and he's
Wow.
like playing. They played 3 shows in I think it was Chicago, in the same day, and it was sold out. Cause he's like signed by Universal, so I want to be in a signed band and going on
Yeah.
tour. Like even bring my camera around and go
Absolutely.
take photos for a band.
Get a Taco Bell gift card.
Yeah, I
500
want
bucks.
that, but it's
Bean and
hard to
cheese
do.
burritos.
It's
What's
hard.
that?
Bean and cheese burritos.
It's hard to do because I was talking about this the other day. I was at a show yesterday, and there was probably a max of 10 people in the room, including bands. If there's something like it happens every so often that there's a dry spell, and I think it's starting to happen. It's gonna come back. I don't know when, but it's like it does that every now and then. The
Oh,
shows
yeah.
you think have a lot of people, or no one shows up.
Yep.
The shows you think no one's gonna show up to, they go.
It comes in
It's,
waves,
it
man.
comes and goes.
It's hard to get the same people in the same room at the same time.
Yeah, because it's a lot of promotion too. People are on Facebook, but what they need to do is get a flyer, print it out, and walk around and say, "Hey, there's a show going on."
Absolutely.
That's what I usually do. I'm like, "Oh, there's a show. Go on." That's why me and Joe do the online radio show so people know about different shows and
Hell yeah.
different things. It's like exposure.
And I want to say thank you for playing
You're welcome.
Full Bliss song.
Yeah, and I
the
played
other
you
night.
guys with Man Dancing too,
Oh, thank you.
and I promoted this show. Oh, and I played Realms.
Absolutely. I
So,
heard it all,
yeah.
man. I really appreciate
You're welcome. But
that. And yeah,
that's what I'm here for.
I love what you're doing.
Mhm.
I love the podcast. I love this. It's
Trying to
nice.
make the scene stronger because everyone asks me what like about different things, but I don't like I can explain to them for 4 hours straight.
Yep.
But if they watch all my videos or they go and see here, check out this web show. One kid I met at Warped Tour that I don't know knew who I was and said I went to Philly to see this hardcore band that you played on your show, and I'm a big fan of that band now.
Wow.
Like somebody the other day saw the Vaughns because of me. So
That's what
I
it's
didn't
all
even know
about,
that
man.
I learn about stuff from Joe too. So we like give each other knowledge but that's
what
why
it's
I'm
all
always
about.
like going to shows trying to find different bands and I
Community,
like
man.
get CDs and give them out to people. Like I'm like, oh, here's a cool band, check this out, or here's this or that.
For sure.
But yeah, you guys are hungry, so I'm gonna let you eat.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Anything want to say?
Stay positive. Keep loving. Don't vote for Trump, please. And enjoy the fall and the winter. Yeah, I'm getting real political.
Just want to say thanks to Mike.
I hope you step on a Lego. That's what you say to your ex. But I've heard this. I saw this meme online, and it said, "If you vote for Trump, you like pulp in your orange juice."
Wow.
And that's the end of this interview.